Hello my beads and nuggets, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Jasmine, back at it again with yet another video. For today's video, we're gonna do kind of like a honest thoughts and reviews on the new New Moon and colourpop collaboration. So if this is something that you're interested in, then just keep watching. I will say as a disclaimer, I did receive this in PR. That's not gonna change any opinions that I might have if they're, you know, negative opinions. Just because I received it in PR does not mean I am going to lie and say that it's, you know, amazing and give it a glowing review if it's not. So keep that in mind. I would never lie to you guys. I am not a liar. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Also, another disclaimer, I did not get the first Twilight collection and I never really like bought it on my own, so I don't have anything to compare this collection to as far as previous Twilight collections. So if you're wondering like why I'm not comparing it to the original Twilight collaboration palette that they came out with, that's why. Oh, I did just order it through TikTok shop, so I'm really curious to see what that one's gonna be like. Totally different color story, but let's go ahead and get to the review of this collection. We have the New Moon eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. Stunning artwork. I mean, it's beautiful. And when you open it, there is no mirror, but there is the movie poster photo. And then here is all of the shades. Now, colourpop shadows are really interesting because I feel like sometimes they work really well and then sometimes I have the hardest time blending them out. I don't know if that's just me. I'm sure it's not just me, but yeah, they're kind of, I don't want to say finicky because I don't feel like that's the right word, but I almost sometimes feel like they're a little bit harder to work with versus just like other shadows. But you know, that could just be me, my brushes, if I'm wearing a primer, whatever it may be. But I am wearing this on my eyes today. I used the shade Senior Year, this kind of like mustardy yellow. I used that all over the lid. I'll kind of just do a close-up. Sorry, it's not like a perfect eyeshadow moment, but you know, whatever, I'm learning every day. So I used the Senior Year all over, and then I used the shade Adrenaline, which is this really pretty glittery shade right there. I kind of packed that on. Initially it was just the center of the lid, and then I kind of like spread it out a little bit, so it kind of did take up more lid space than I initially intended. But then I used the shade Your Everything right here, and then also Marry Me up here to kind of smoke out under here, as you can see. And then I used the shade Wolf Pack, which is this glittery shade right here, and like packed it in the very inner corner. I don't even know if you can really tell, but that's what is on my eyes. Now, I will tell you, I initially went in with a different look using one of the Super Shock shadows, and it was just like a blending nightmare for me. I was like, okay, this is not working, and I wiped it off, and that's why I have this look on, but I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, really pretty colors. I mean, this is kind of a more basic palette when you really look at it like in theory. However, it is very fitting and on theme to the New Moon film. So, I mean, some might call it basic, but others will be like, yeah, that's definitely like on theme. So that's that, because I feel like New Moon, like I haven't watched these movies in forever, like literally forever, but if I remember correctly, I feel like New Moon was the film that was more focused on Jacob, so that's probably why it's more like orange and yellow and red themed. Let's get into the Super Shock shadows. So there were two of them in this collection. This is what they are looking like. We have this one here, which is We Won't Bite, and it's kind of like a duochromatic sort of shade. Actually, not really. It's not really a duochrome. Now that I remember when I swatched it, it's not really a duochrome. It's kind of like a goldish olive green type of color, but it's pretty. But this is the one that really screwed over my look. This is the Volturi. Of course they would, because it's the Volturi. Why wouldn't they? It initially looked like kind of like a reddish black swirled color, but then I just like mixed everything. I tried to use this as a base, and then I tried to go in with the red from this palette on top, and honestly, like, it was going somewhere for a minute, but I actually, okay, this might be unpopular opinion, but for the Super Shock shadows, I don't love the formula of these when it comes to using these to like mix with other eyeshadows. I think that this is just kind of like a one and done kind of shade, and don't put anything else to layer with it, because I just, every time I feel like I've used one of these, I've had that experience, and I'm just like, it frustrates me so much. Either I'm just like not familiar enough with this formula, or it's just like that for everybody. But again, I feel like this is kind of just like a one and done. You're not layering it with other shadows. That's that. But I do have kind of a harder time blending these out, but really pretty shades regardless. This is the Soul Body, it's like an oil, and this is in the shade It's a Wolf Thing, the Glow Body Oil. Now I don't really like, I use body oils sometimes. I was kind of hoping that this would be a highlighter, like a liquid highlighter, but it's fine. It's pretty. It's just like a, you know, basic gold shimmery oil. I'll probably use that closer to summertime because it is wintertime right now, and I'm not really like whipping out the shimmering body oils at the moment. But when it starts to warm up, for sure, I'm definitely gonna dabble into that a little bit more. It did smell really good and it looked really pretty, but again, it's wintertime right now and I feel like it's just like not the right vibe for this season. But for sure, I'll use it towards the summertime. All right, when it came to the eyeshadow sticks, there are 3 of them. These are called, what are these? The multi-chrome eyeshadow sticks. So this one is in the shade It's Always Been Him. So first of all, this is what the packaging looks like. Really, really pretty. Now, I will say that when I swatched these on TikTok, they almost all looked the same, but in person, they look a lot different, if that makes any sense. So like on camera, a lot of them looked kind of just like that same gold tone color, but in person, the duochrome is way more visible. So this one is Vampire Girl. This is the only one that looked a little bit different because it kind of came off like a reddish tone. And then this one is in the shade Wolf Girl. So yeah, they're pretty. I haven't used these yet on my eyes. I should have maybe included these in my eye look today, but kind of forgot about these as I was so focused on my eyes and was getting kind of frustrated with the blending. But I'll use these next time. They look really pretty, so maybe next time I'm trying to do a red eye look, I'll use that Vampire Girl shade and see how it turns out. But these are definitely really pretty. But again, I think the only issue is that 2 of the 3 kind of look the same when swatched out, but in person, when you actually look at the sticks, they look completely different. So it threw me off a little bit, but nonetheless, still really, really pretty. Let's talk about the lip gloss. This is in the shade Runs with Vampires, and this is the Ultra Glossy Lip. This is really, really pretty. It kind of gives that like just bitten vampire look. Oh, this is really pretty because when you wear it just like by itself, you would think it looks like a really, really dark pigmented red, but it's actually not like that at all. It's a really pretty kind of sheared out reddish shimmer shade, and it looks so beautiful. Actually, before I had finished the rest of my makeup, I put this on when I had a really pale foundation color, and it actually kind of ate. And I kind of was like, ooh. So maybe one day I'll just do like a really pale look and then use this as the lippy because it was really, really pretty. It was kind of giving, you know, like vampire blood on my lips kind of vibe, but just not as pigmented, which I actually like. I feel like that makes this a lot more wearable versus if it were just like a starkly like super pigmented red lip gloss. I don't know if it's just me, but I prefer my glosses to just be kind of like a nudish shade or just like clear. I don't really love a fully pigmented gloss because I feel like on me, I just have too many like trust issues, and I feel like it's just gonna like hair strand's gonna pull the gloss and it's gonna end up on my face when I'm not looking, and then it's just gonna be embarrassing for me. So that's kind of why I love the fact that this isn't like super pigmented. But let's move on to the last thing, which are the lip kits, and I am actually wearing one right now. The one where I think it was the Where the Hell Have You Been Loca lip kit, and then I can't remember what the other one was called, but these really shocked me. Okay, so here are the 2 shades of the lip liners. So one is kind of more of like a brownish shade, and then the other one is a more like reddish tone. And then the lipsticks, let me show you. This one is Vampire Royalty, and of course it's gonna be like a really pretty red color. But the one I am wearing right now, which I am living for, even though it's a little darker than what I would normally go for, it's still really, really pretty. This is in the shade Jake. So this is what this color looks like. Now, I was confused by the formula because on the box it said that it was like transfer proof, and when I first put it on, I was like, this doesn't seem transfer proof. But then it dried and I was like, Wait. And I can tell you, totally transfer proof. There's nothing there. Just so you could see, nothing there. Big fat kiss, still nothing there. So definitely is transfer proof. It's crazy. This is the packaging of it. It's just a really cute little tube here. But yeah, I think it's really pretty, and I also was wearing the lip liner for that. Overall, my thoughts on this collection, it's pretty cute. Like I said, I just am bummed about the duochrome sticks where like 2 of the 3 look the same when you swatch them out, but the stick in person looks different, but it's just weird because when they're swatched out, they look almost identical. The Super Shock shadows, those have never really been like my top favorite formulas, only if they're like glittery, because then I'll just do like a monochromatic look. But if you're using them to layer with other shadows, not my favorite. The palette, really pretty. Like I said, I feel like sometimes their shadows, it just, I don't know, like sometimes they work amazingly, and then sometimes I'm like, ooh, I like don't like this look at all. Like it looks patchy, whatever. But then again, that could just be user error. But I think that this collection overall is super, super cute. I think the colors were definitely very, very fitting for the New Moon movie. Is definitely very like on theme, and the name's totally on theme as well. And the lippy really shocked me. Like the fact that it really like does not transfer, like that's crazy. There's just like nothing there. That's crazy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have this collection, definitely let me know your thoughts. I'm so curious. Also, am I the only one that has like these thoughts about the ColourPop eyeshadows? I think that they're really pretty, but just sometimes some of them work better than others. I don't know. It's really strange. But overall, I think that this was a really cute collection. I would give this one maybe like an 8 out of 10. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.